Grapes are so fucking good. All right, I want to like immediately pump the brakes on. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's Friday, May 23rd, and weighed in at 193 this morning. Just crushing it. Just crushing it. You know, this sugar fasted thing is excellent. I dabbled candy for the first time yesterday. But I want to talk about the carnivore diet, you know, specifically you motherfuckers in the comment section. You know, the carnivore diet was like an amazing intervention when I was unable to control my eating, the timing of my eating, the frequency of my eating, the type of foods that I was eating. And I was very appreciative of the bumpers. You know, it put scaffolding around my dietary choices. And it also honestly refined my palate. I became like a connoisseur of red meat and the different cuts. And this was like my second year not being homeless on the streets, and it was like a major elevation in my life. I was never really able to sustain it until last year. I became like pretty adept at it. You know, I became pretty adept at like meal prep and, you know, understanding what I should buy, how much of it I should buy, how long it'll last me, you know, correctly packaging things, putting them in the freezer so that they last. And it was like a special thing and a special time, and it definitely helped me out. And I see a bunch of influencers that are like making great content. You know, Courtney Luna, I bought her book for my wife for Christmas with a little keto baking book. And the content was great. It was phenomenal. I've always followed Carnivore Ray and Carnivore JT on both Facebook and X or Instagram. I enjoy their content. JT is like a beast, absolutely shredded. But he's like a 1 in, you know, 10,000 outlier. Like I commented this yesterday on one of his posts, like, you know, it's a great diet, I love what you do, but you're an outlier, man. Because the reality is that like the carnivore diet, this is for all of you. This is for me. This isn't just like me espousing from a podium. This is for all of you. If you're looking to be less weight than you are now, eating kind of whatever, and then stall out at like a pudgy dad bod, I promise you will lose weight and then stall out with a pudgy dad bod. Cut to the video of Carnivore JT splicing this together, flexing with his ripped abs or whatever. That's not the experience of everyone. Go on Carnivore Bodybuilding, go on Reddit, go on X, go on all the different Facebook groups, go on the YouTube comment sections. You know, I've done all this stuff, man. Everyone is stalled out. Everyone has some weight loss and then stalls out. It's like an amazing dietary intervention. It's not just a matter of calories in, calories out, but they eventually stall out. You know, so I've tried so many things. Like I remember signing up for Steak and Butter Gal's, you know, like protocol that she runs in like the chat app. I forget what it's called, but it's like the Steak and Butter Gang, right? I was just curious. Like I had never had that kind of regimented groups. None of my friends are into dieting or fitness. You know, I can't really rely on them for anything but just bullshit and joke around and be mean to one another. And so like, you know, I started seeking out some kind of guidance and structure and community. And I joined a few things in rapid succession. I would go there, I would try it out, like Elliot Holz's thing. I was just looking for like community. And I'd get in and I would see that like I'm slightly more advanced than a lot of the people that are coming in. I would go into the Steak and Butter Gang. I would find out that like it's a lot of older, you know, women that are like overweight and at home and trying to figure out how do I lose weight, looking for like any sort of relief from this issue that they're stuck in, trying to save themselves from killing themselves with food. And I was like, one thing after another, just checking the boxes, looking for this sense of community. And what I found is that, you know, the only solution that these things have for you, if you're going towards like the Elliot Holz men go their own way type stuff, is like typical bodybuilding shit, right? Like count your calories every couple of weeks. Once the metabolic adaptation happens, you got to drop the calories again. You go to like something like Steak and Butter Gang, what are they telling you? That you want to lose weight, then like you need to like assault your cravings and binge eating disorder with satisfying that itch and getting adapted to the foods and understanding that like on a psychological level, on a subconscious level, you're going to be satisfied because you're allowed to eat when you want to eat. And then if you want to lose weight, fast. We have to fast. We have to fast. And like I said, you know, you can lose weight on these diets, but eventually you stall out. And I'm watching Carnivore Ray go through it right now. Guy lost a ton of weight. I think he lost 90 pounds. Started, you know, having life again, going out with friends, having some food. And he just recently put a video up trying to cut weight. Brother, I promise you, that phase is done. You're not cutting that much more. It's not going to happen. Waking up, having your butter coffee, slamming a couple steaks, you know, ground beef and eggs. It's donezo. It's donezo. You know, you are where this diet can bring you. And that's what, you know, made me desperate to try something else. Because I needed to get out of this rat race of fasting then feasting, fasting and feasting. And I'm watching, dude, I've been watching Jerome from Finally Fasting for years. For years. Like, I remember when he went missing for like a number of years until recently when he had this resurgence and lost a ton of weight again. I used to just randomly go back to his videos and comment like, come back, dude. You know, I love this content. I love this personality. I wanted to see him succeed. You know, he's a hard worker. All the fasting he's done, that's hard work. You know, that's putting in the work. That's putting in the reps. And then you come back and it's like this masochistic thing I was telling you about the other day. You know, it's a superpower to keep trying in the face of adversity and constant failure. This is like a guaranteed principle of success and hard work and business mindset. But you need to be able to adapt. And that doesn't mean trying to refine the thing that can only bring you so far. It does not mean trying to refine the thing that can only bring you so far. It means taking the principles that got you that far and now adapting into something new. So I sit here this morning at 193. I haven't been counting calories. My buddy Chad was like, yeah, you're still counting calories because you know how many they are. I have an awareness, dickhead. You know what I mean? I know what is what. I've been doing this for a number of years. But, you know, I'm not keeping score on my phone. I know the value of food. And, you know, I'm going into the weekend. Right now I'm like, I don't know, over 36 hours in. Tomorrow morning, I'll probably push it to about 74 hours. And then in the early afternoon, evening-ish, me and my wife are going to go out for her birthday. And I'm going to eat whatever I want. You know, I'll get some footage of the stuff we're snacking on. Really psyched for this rotisserie chicken. And I got a hell of a project staying in a deck this weekend. It's massive. I'll get some footage of that too for you guys to see. And yeah, you know, life's good. Life's good. Anyways, have a good day, and I'll catch up with you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend.